How's it going, everyone? Holy Griffin here, and today I made a video of 10 anime worth rewatching. And as it is right now, I'm currently up to date on all the anime that are coming out as of this moment. I am currently waiting for the following episodes to come out as they do throughout the week. Well, for the meantime, I thought, why not make a video of 10 anime to rewatch so they can also keep themselves busy while they wait for the following episodes to come out. And that's why I made this video, because for me, I feel it's really hard to keep myself, entertained while I wait for these other episodes to come out throughout the week, as in looking for anime to watch or anime to rewatch again, since I've caught up to most of them. And so I thought I'd help out everyone else as well who is struggling with the same thing. So without further ado, let's get down this list, shall we? Okay, so in the number 10 spot, we have Hunter x Hunter 2011. And currently, it has a total of 148 episodes, plus 2 films, The Phantom Rogue and The Last Mission. Currently, there are only 94 episodes dubbed, given the genre of adventure and fantasy. The story follows Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio. It starts off with following Gon as he begins to take the Hunter exam like his father did at the same age of 12. And his main motivation is to find out why his father had left Gon to pursue his career as a hunter. So, in the beginning there, you will have the arc of the Hunter exam, where Gon meets Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio. And as you go through the Hunter exam arc, you will see how these 4 characters become good friends. And after the arc has ended with the Hunter exam, unfortunately, Kurapika and Leorio go their own way, while Gon and Killua tend to stick together, and you'll see that they become extremely close friends. For those of you who have already watched this anime and are already seen all 148 episodes, plus the 2 different films, you know all this, but I'm going to be going through this stuff over again, just for those people who haven't seen these anime yet. Okay, coming in at number 9, we have Trinity 7 with a total of 12 episodes that first aired in October 8th, 2014 to December 24th, 2014, with 1 OVA that came out in March 25th, 2015. The genres are fantasy, harem, romantic, comedy. It starts off with Arata Kasuga, who is the main character, having a dream about his cousin Hijiri Kasuga. Coming out of the dream, he is again introduced to his cousin, and come to find out something had happened where his cousin was taken away from him, and he somehow cast a magical spell using a grimoire, and that grimoire was able to take the shape of Hijiri Kasuga. The moment of learning this, we have Lilith Asumi, who comes into the picture and basically threatened Arata Kasuga, either lose the grimoire plus all your memories of your cousin Hijiri, or you die yourself. Well, he comes up with a third option where he'll become a magic mage, I guess, himself, and Lilith ends up somehow getting them in with the permission of the headmaster for the campus, who eventually tells him to get his cousin back, Hijiri, that he must have the aid of all 7 of these mages known as the Trinity 7, which allows Kasuga later on to become known as the Abyss Trinity. Okay, coming in at number 8 on our list here, we have the 7 Deadly Sins. Now, there are currently 3 seasons, but I consider the second one more of like a half season, even though it's just 4 episodes. Most people consider it an OVA, but that is also in a different section of the list as well. So we have season 1 coming in with 24 episodes and 2 OVAs. We have season 2 coming in with just 4 episodes, which I put it in here as season 1.5. And then we have season 3, which is currently at 19 episodes, and it is presently airing. So give you a little bit of a backstory on this anime itself. We have the 7 Deadly Sins, where each person on this group are considered to be incredibly strong, and they all take after one of the 7 deadly sins. We have the sin of wrath, the sin of sloth, the sin of envy, the sin of greed, the sin of lust, sin of gluttony, and the sin of pride. And each one of those sins are taken by a certain person, and they were all accused of murdering the Grand Master of the Magic Knights, who is basically the head knight for the kingdom. And they all disperse and basically become exiles within the country. Well, 10 years later, the third princess of the country, her name is Elizabeth, is wandering around the country in a rusty suit of armor. Well, people think that she is one of the deadly sins known as the Wandering Rust Knight. And I believe they were saying that was Gother. And she ends up running into Meliodas at his own tavern that he owns called the Boar Hat. And, well, when she makes it there, she passes out, and eventually she finds out that he is the captain of the 7 deadly sins, the sin of wrath, Meliodas, and end up together looking for the remaining 6 sins, and at the same time saving the... Coming in at 7th on this list, we have Assassination Classroom. There are 2 seasons, Season 1 having 22 episodes, and Season 2 having 25. There are 2 OVAs, 1 movie called 365 Days, and 1 spin-off anime called Koro-sensei Quest that currently has 12 episodes as well. With this anime, it starts off with the moon, 70% of it being destroyed. And this class in this prestigious high school is basically known as the class that fails everything. They are failures themselves and below dirt. Well, one day, after the moon is destroyed, they get a new teacher. His name is later known as Koro-sensei. And in the beginning, their pure intentions were to kill him and get the bounty on his head. Then after time goes on, they start to become attached to their teacher. The teacher has taught them so much, helped them with so many things in their life, taught them, several life lessons that would never be unlearned, something that will always stick with them, and help them through their lives in general, to the point where they decide they're going to save him and look for a cure. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with, so that you can, get to watch anime yourself, and I don't spoil too much. Okay, coming in at number 6, we have Your Lie in April. This has 1 season with 22 episodes, 1 live action, and 1 OVA, given the genre of drama, slice of life, and music. The story begins with Kyosei Arima, who was a aspiring pianist when he was very young, I believe about 2 years old. And something happened that caused it to where he no longer was able to play the piano. And that is when he is introduced to Kaori Miyazono? I do apologize if I butchered that name. She is a violinist, or inspired violinist, who needs an accompanist who can kind of follow her pace and be able to, make adjustments on the fly. Well, their story continues on as they are going through competitions together with Kaori being the violinist and Kyosei being the pianist. Right. For number 5, we have ourselves Dead Man Wonderland. It has 1 season coming out with 12 episodes with 1 OVA. It has the genre of action, adventure, and thriller. With this anime, you are introduced to Ganta Igarashi as he is in his class talking to his classmates and best friends, when suddenly he starts hearing a lullaby song. He looks over, and his classroom is on the 3rd floor, so he looks out the window and he sees a man sitting there, which he only refers to him as the Man in Red. Is basically floating outside his window. Well, unfortunately for Ganta, this Man in Red kills the entire classroom and just makes it a bloody mess, literally. And unfortunately, Ganta Igarashi is later tried and then accused of murdering all of his classmates and thrown into this prison/amusement park called Dead Man Wonderland, which his class was actually going to go and see just before this happened. And Ginta doesn't have the most welcoming introduction to the prison, and is later on met by I guess his old friend. They were friends when they were children. Shiro. That's the only name she goes by. No one knows her last name, or at least I don't. And later on you find out a lot more about Shiro, but for right now she is the only person Ginta can rely on. Right. Coming in at number 4, we have Danmachi, or Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I did not come up with that name, but it's a hilarious one. There are currently 2 seasons out for Danmachi. First season focuses on Belle Cornell, and that has 13 episodes and 1 OVA. While we have the second season mainly focusing on Ice Wallenstein. That comes in at 12 episodes with no OVAs. The genre is given fantasy, and basically for the first season of this anime, the part that follows Belle Cornell, gods basically got tired of living up in heaven, and they came down to their children on Earth. Well, for some reason, I never really learned this. There are dungeons. The children that gods refer to are basically people who join in their familia and get a blessing of the gods, which allows them to go into this dungeon and hunt monsters. Well, things go on to where Belle is wishing he can become stronger and wishing he can become the hero and everything, and you will follow the story of his basic progression through becoming, from being the weakest link out there to becoming one of the strongest adventurers. Coming in at number 3, we have Darker Than Black. It has 3 seasons, but I was only able to find the information on 2 of them for some reason. So for the first season, we have 25 episodes with 1 OVA. And season 2, which is more of just like a filler kind of season to tell you what happened in between season 1 and the season that follows season 2. But anyway, season 2 has 12 episodes with 4 OVAs. And it gives a genre of action, adventure, superpower, and mystery. Let's see, we have the story that follows mostly Hei, and then we have other characters such as Yin, Mao, and Hong, who basically are Hei's partners. They do different jobs in Ogden for this main conspiracy group called the Organization. This is in a time when the real stars are replaced by fake stars that represent each person that has a unique ability, who are referred to as contractors. And there is a police officer who kind of deals with contractors and ends up running into Hei a lot. And her name is Masaki Kihara. Sorry about that. You will see her a lot in the anime as well. And basically you follow Hei's story throughout it, looking for his sister in for season 2, just getting close and protecting Yin, who is a doll, who basically is someone who has no emotions, no feelings, no aspirations to do anything really in life. Okay, coming in at number 2 on the list, we have Death Parade, with 1 season with 12 episodes and 1 movie called Death Billiards. It has a genre of drama, mystery, psychological thriller. This is basically an anime that goes on to revolve around, once you die, you go to this place. You never really I never really learned where it is. But basically you go to this place and you have different levels. It's kind of like a hotel, but just like for death. And these people ended up going there just to get judged whether they should go into, the reincarnation system or get sent to this place called the Void, where their soul is basically dropped into this emptiness pit of nothingness. And there are people there called arbiters who judge based off of your decisions that you make during a set of games that you can kind of choose from. It's on a roulette. What game is chosen. So they judge you based off of the way you react to getting certain memories revolving around your death, and the way you react to winning or losing the game. And at the first on our list, we have Ruby, and that stands for the 4 main characters in the series you follow. This has a total of 5 volumes, which are basically seasons, with a total of 8 trailers. And Volume 6 is projected to come out in the fall of 2018. This year, it has the genre of adventure and science fantasy. I think better say science fiction is fantasy, but it's my own opinion. And the 4 main characters that you end up following will be Ruby Rose, Blake Belladonna, Weiss Schnee, and Yang Xiaolong. Again, I do apologize if I butcher any of these names. But yeah. So with this anime, you follow these 4 students as they go through school life and become hunters and huntresses. Well, basically you're in a world where you have monsters that are called Grimm that hunt people down and kill them, while you have these people who defend the human race known as hunters and huntresses. And you'll follow their story as they go through the school year and everything, and as things progress. Not to say anything bad about the anime, but shit gets shitty for the anime's characters and the world of the anime itself. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you do enjoy finding out if there's an anime on this list that you are willing to rewatch while you wait for the more current anime that are coming out throughout the week. So again, thank you guys very much. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'll see you all later. Bye.